I've been excited, surprised, and depressed by the findings in this series of studies, but ultimately I'm hopeful. Today is Christmas 2021, when we have learned how important science is for everyday life. What has excited me the most is the number of sciences that have provided useful information to help us understand the text of the Bible. The topics touched on quantum physics, string theory, astrophysics, multiverse theory, astronomy, paleontology, genetics, archaeology, meteorology, animal psychology, neurology, gerontology, paleoanthropology, embryology, computing, statistics, seismology, and even the nutritional analysis of ancient feces, or whatever that specialty is called. What has surprised me the most is that the literal text of the Bible so often mirrors an agreement with the various sciences. The aim isn't to find the correct interpretation, but to show that the Bible text can cohere with what we know from scientific investigations of nature. When all the ambiguities of a specific text are outlined, so that we can see the range of possible literal interpretations, one of those literal interpretations almost always agrees with what has been discovered about nature. What causes me the most despair for the next generation of Christians is our attitude to sciences. The amount of detailed scientific work that is simply denied in the name of Bible truth is shocking to any fair-minded person. The result is that intelligent and inquiring people end up rejecting the Bible. I fear that those looking in from outside assume that Christians approach facts and studies in the same way as conspiracy theorists. That is, publicising anything that fits and criticising anything that doesn't. But I'm also hopeful. Many Christians now accept concepts such as we are made of space dust, or 2% of our genes come from Neanderthals. They know that this contradicts some interpretations about how God created Adam and Eve, but their experience of Jesus is firm enough to get them past that difficulty. They expect that someone will one day find a solution, just as so many other Bible problems have been solved by studying ancient history and languages and archaeology. All scientists work hard to undermine what has already been proposed. They do so by finding some facts that show a theory is wrong, or that it can be refined in some important ways. Theology, in its most productive periods, has also worked like that. Luther's 95 Theses were not dogmatic conclusions, but proposals and discussion starters, and they certainly initiated some productive debates. Christians aren't against science when they question scientific theories. Scientists also do that constantly. But we're being anti-scientific when we ignore those facts that don't support our theories. Because the scientific method has to take into account all facts. Many Christians grasp hold of one interpretation of an issue, such as how long creation took or what kind of death started in Eden, and then refuse to consider that their interpretation of the text might be wrong, as if their salvation depended on it. We need to acknowledge the distinction made in the Westminster Confession of Faith between Bible teaching regarding salvation, which it says is clearly propounded in the Bible, and other teaching in the Bible which it says is not plain in itself. God has chosen to teach us through Scripture and through creation. When these two are brought together, those things that are not plain in themselves in Scripture can often become clearer. God's revelation is found both in the Bible and in nature. So we should not use one to denigrate the other. We can instead grasp with eager hands the gift that God has given us to learn from both the Bible and scientific discoveries together. God bless.